What's up, everybody? We are finally at the time of year in my running where the season is starting to slowly ramp up, and it's super exciting. Today, especially, got some very exciting stuff to talk about. So a couple of weekends ago, I ran my first race of the year, which was an 8K on the roads. I ended up running a 40-second PR, running 23:59. It was great to run a big PR and get under 24 minutes for the first time, but as I outlined in my recap video, I left that race feeling like I left a lot of room for improvement. I didn't really execute a great race plan, so I'm really excited to race again. My next race is coming up quickly, and that is gonna be the Cherry Blossom 10 miler out in Washington, DC on April 6th. My fiance Sydney and I, which by the way, I don't know if I've talked about that on the channel at all. Sydney and I got engaged about 2 months ago in January. Which is super, super exciting. Anyways, this race has been in our spring schedule for a while now, but a couple weeks ago, we both got emails from the race director telling us that this year, the Cherry Blossom 10 miler is serving as the 2025 USATF 10 mile championships, and that our seat times qualified us to compete in the championship section of the race if we decided we wanted to do that. Of course, we said yes to the opportunity. Ever since graduating college, I've been wanting to get my feet on the start line of these USATF Road Championship Series races. They often do championships for these off distances like the 10 mile championships, 15K champs, 20K champs, and then of course the bigger ones like the half marathon. For someone like me, especially coming out of Division 3, I feel like these races are a really good potential place to start to build up my running resume as I try to bridge the gap to the elite level. Anyways, I was not expecting to run any races on this circuit this year in 2025, but the opportunity presented itself, so of course I'm gonna take that. And so is Sydney. Super exciting stuff. This race is in an interesting spot time-wise where it sits kind of in between my early January through March base building, strength and speed building phase, and building up volume for the Grandma's Half Marathon in June. However, I'm feeling really strong and fit, especially off of a couple of longer workouts in the last 3 to 4 weeks, so definitely feeling ready to go for this one. If you think I have too many running shoes, you are absolutely correct. Good selection for today. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Right now it's Wednesday morning. Not gonna lie, I am very tired. Normally, I wake up to work out probably around 4:45, 4:50 before work on Wednesdays. That was the plan for today, but I ended up not sleeping very well last night, and I actually ended up waking up a little bit before 4 today. And I've learned through past times when this happens that I always feel worse if I try to go back to bed and sleep for 30 to 40 minutes. That's just not enough time to actually get back into a good sleep. Anyways, it's Wednesday morning. I have a workout today. I'm tired, but we're getting it done. I don't often bring the camera with me when I work out in the mornings because it's very early and it's very dark. But today I'm bringing the camera with me and I'll show you guys what I see, or I guess how little I see. Training can sometimes look very pretty and very flashy and very fun. But today's one of those days where it's a little bit more real and a little bit less fun when you're kind of just a little bit tired and you have to go out and do a track workout in the dark in the morning. Thankfully though, it's 55 degrees outside, so it is a beautiful day to go run. And yeah, I could see this going many different ways. It could feel horrible, it could feel great. So I'm just gonna get over to the track and get it done. I gotta be quiet because it's early. One of the things that does make early morning workouts like this a lot easier is either listening to music or a podcast. Really makes the time go by. So if you see me with this sort of little waist pack carrying my phone, that's why I do it. Makes these morning workouts so much better mentally. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Okay guys, so I'm editing right now. I kid you not, that was literally the only footage I got that was remotely decent during that workout. It was just way too dark out, and I'm not gonna make you guys sit through and stare at a black screen. I got one more clip right after where I was trying to do a little bit of a recap, holding the camera up, but the waist light that I was wearing, I mounted it on the camera and it was just way too bright to look at. Trying not to get blinded by this light right now, but just finished the workout, got about a 3-mile cool down now. Honestly, felt a lot better than expected. I'm glad that was the case because this workout was not intended to be hard in any way, but woke up feeling really tired, as you guys saw. Honestly, last night felt like I was getting a little bit sick, so just glad to get this one in, feeling relatively normal. All right, I can't look at this anymore. So I very quickly abandoned that idea. Anyways, workout went pretty well. I'll put the stats up on the screen. I averaged probably somewhere around 72 seconds for all the 400s. Ended up feeling really good. The Adios 9 was great. I've been doing a lot of workouts in the Vaporfly, both the 3 and the 4 recently. Just as I'm getting closer to racing, I'm a big believer in working out in the shoes that you're going to be racing in and practicing rhythm at race pace in those shoes. But I do think there's a ton of value in working out in more traditional lower stack flats and working on your foot strike, working on the muscles in your feet and your calves. And that's exactly what I did in that workout the other day. But now it's Friday afternoon. So I'll talk a little bit about what I did the last 2 days. Thursday morning, I just had a 7-mile easy run. Super nice, not really much to it. I felt good. Got a lot of rest Wednesday night, so I felt much better on Thursday than I did on Wednesday. Luckily, I wasn't sick like I thought I was. Friday morning, I had one of my favorite runs of the week consistently, which is my weekly aerobic run. I've talked about this a little bit in a past video. I think it was the one where I went over my full training week. But I pace my aerobic runs entirely off of heart rate. I normally do my easy runs in the range of about 130 to low 140s BPM. And these aerobic runs, I'm targeting anywhere from about 145 at the beginning, progressing up closer to 160 at the end. So I love to do these on the treadmill just to really dial in and get a super controlled and nice effort. And that's exactly what I did this morning. Super enjoyable run. And then I followed it up outside with 6 10-second all-out hill sprints. Again, I've been doing these every Friday for probably 5 or 6 weeks now and noticed a lot of progress in both the aerobic run and the hill sprints. Hill sprints are great for working on max speed. And of course, the higher your max speed is, the easier everything else feels. So if I'm able to do hill sprints for 10 seconds at, 330 pace or something, and slowly work that max speed down. Trying to go run in the 450s for a 10-mile race should feel a whole lot slower. Whether or not it feels hard is a different question, but it should at least not feel fast. I've got one more workout this week. That one's gonna be a super fun one. It's going to be a 10K alternating 3 flat and 320 for all the Ks. Unsure if that's gonna make it into this video. It might make it into the next one, which is gonna be next week's race week vlog, or it might not make it into anything. Regardless, if you want to see details on the workout, make sure to follow my Strava. I'm super, super excited for my first opportunity to race at a USATF championship, and I'm going to try to get a ton of footage from that race and the trip in general to fill you guys in on what my experience is like. So stay tuned for that. As always, thank you everybody for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.